Nearly 5 years ago, I built an online business that allows me the freedom and flexibility to earn money where I want, when I want. I knew from a young age that the corporate job structure just wasn't for me, and over the years I came to find out just how feasible owning and operating my own online business was. And not just any business, one where I could monetize my passions and hobbies and actually do what I love doing every single day. So in today's video, I'm showing you guys how to start a successful online business in 2020.
This video is sponsored by Google Ads, and I'm gonna show you just how their smart campaigns can help you get your business up, running, and reaching more customers with simple and effective advertising.
And with all the recent changes to workflow and staying at home, I figure it's never been a better time to launch an online business and make money right from the comfort of your home. So once your business is up and running, which I'll show you how to do momentarily, I recommend using Google Ads Smart Campaigns, which utilizes Google's automated technology so it can manage your ads for you so you can focus on the rest. What I love is that Google Ads Smart Campaigns are designed for small business. Getting eyeballs on my website and actually turning them to paying customers was something that really intimidated me about being a first-time business owner, especially online. But what I love about Smart Campaigns is it makes it super easy to set up and monitor your ads, and it saves time and drives real actual results. So here's how it works. Step 1 is to tell them your goal. They'll tailor your ad based on the results you want. Step 2 is to decide where you want to advertise. So you can stay local or you can take it global. Step 3, and my favorite part, is to create your message. So you want to highlight your business and your offer in just a couple of sentences. What's going to get your customers excited? Step 4 is to set your budget cap. So you'll never pay more in a month than what you set as your max, and you can always pause it or change it at any time. And step 5 is to go live. So Google will display your ads when people search for products or services similar to yours, and you go from there. If you guys didn't know, I actually just launched my brand new website for Self-Made Mastery, my podcast, and my other online business. It is selfmademastery.us, and I'm actually using the Smart Campaigns tool to reach more potential podcast listeners and coaching clients, and it's been awesome. So if you guys already operate a business, then I highly recommend using Google Ads Smart Campaigns. You can sign up and manage your campaigns right here, clicking the link down below, and you can also sign up for Google Ads through the app. Now let's get on to the rest of the video, which is my 10 steps for creating a successful online business in 2020. Let's go. Okay, so if you don't already own or operate your own business, then you've come to the right place, because today I'm going to show you guys how to start a side hustle or your own business in 10 easy steps. No matter what you do, whether it's physical goods and services in store, whether you have online goods like ebooks or clothing, or services like coaching or consulting, no matter what it is, it's very vital that you have an online presence here in 2020 in order for your business to be successful. I've done this process now multiple times with multiple businesses, and I can tell you, it works. And the best part is you can do it right from your own home. Step number 1 is defining your target market. So who's your audience? Who are your products or goods or services being sold to? A good way to think about that is like, what is a problem that they're trying to solve? Who are these people? What problem do they have? And what is what you offer going to help them solve? 9 out of 10 businesses actually fail in the first 18 months, and it's because they're not listening to their target market. So they're not doing enough market research. They may have a product or idea that they think is really, really, really cool, and that's all great and dandy, but if the people that you're selling it to don't agree with you, then you don't have a business structure, right? So while yes, it's important that you love your idea and that you want to create this business and work there day in and day out and work on this product, it's also very, very important that you get clear on who is the audience for this product and do they think it's cool. Because unfortunately, if the people you're selling to don't have a need for it or don't like it or it doesn't work for them, you don't have a business. Now, if you're sitting there and you're unsure kind of who your target market might be, or maybe you do have a product or service idea that you're very passionate about, but you're not sure who your audience is, all you gotta do is a little bit of market research. Ask your family and friends what they think of the idea. Ask them who they think would purchase this or who could use this. Go online, look at some competitors and see who are their audiences, who's buying from them. There are so many ways nowadays to do market research online, and it is so vital that you guys do this. Getting feedback is absolutely key. Again, what you think is a good product may be a fantastic product, but it's really important to get the feedback of those who would actually purchase it before you continue. It'll save you a lot of time. Step number 2, once you have defined your target market, it's time to define your offer. So here's the fun part. This is where the products, goods, services come into play. So what are you selling? Is this a product, a good, a service, something online specifically? So we're talking mostly about stuff online here, but that does not limit the ability for it to be a physical product. You could create stickers at your own home and print them and ship them off. You could have an Etsy shop. You could have all of these different kind of options for your online business. So what is it that you're offering? And does what you're offering solve a pain point for your customer? Now, my goal is not to intimidate you here with all of these steps and all of this business jargon. I just want you guys to have the most successful online business possible. So we're getting pretty deep here. A way that you'll have the most profitable online business is if you are solving a problem that a customer has and you're taking them from their current situation to their desired situation. So for me, creating this video, and you guys are my ideal client, I would say that your current situation is that you have a passion that you want to monetize, you want to make money online and from home, but you don't have the tools or resources to do it and you don't know where to start. So your desired situation would be you have a profitable online business, you can make money wherever and whenever you want, and that's your life. You have that freedom and flexibility. So your offer is going to bridge the gap from current situation to desired situation. So this video, for example, which is what I'm giving you, this could be like my offer right now. This video is helping you guys bridge that gap between where you're at now, not knowing where to start, to having a successful online business and actually being profitable online and being able to work from wherever. So you and your product and your offer want to be that bridge that bridges the gap between current situation and desired situation. So that's a good way to think about it when you're coming up with your offer. What are you giving someone, and what kind of emotional or physical or philosophical response are they going to have when they come out the other side having used your product or having used your service? Now, if you're starting with a passion of yours, like you don't really know the other answers, but you're like, I like music, and that's where you're at, that is just fine too. Your next job is to get creative about ways that you can monetize it, because the beauty about 2020 is you can monetize pretty much anything, especially online, which is so nice. I mean, I wouldn't have a job if I couldn't monetize things online, because that's pretty much all I do. And I promise you guys, there are so many ways to monetize things. You just have to get creative. I have a friend who spray paints, so he basically like does graffiti, and he's figured out a way to make a full-time income doing it. And he does several different things. He teaches kids art. He sometimes does performance pieces. So a DJ will be performing a set at some event, and he'll be on stage literally performing and like spray painting something, and there will be this performance piece made that he can then sell, and he gets paid to actually go do that thing. So there are just so many different creative ways. Like on the surface, you would never think, oh yeah, I can get paid to like spray paint things. But yeah, you absolutely can. So no matter how specific your niche is or your passion that you want to monetize, I promise you can do it. Step number 3 is to define the business model. So this part is very important. You actually want to figure out, how is this business making money? Are you exchanging time for money? Are you exchanging goods for money? And if you are exchanging goods, what is that cost of production? So even for your service, what does it cost for you to give the customer the product, and then what are they paying you? This will help you kind of create that business model. What are you charging for your product? Is it just a very luxury product that are very expensive, so your profit margins are higher, but your sales might be a little bit lower? Or is it a very cheap commodity, so your sales may be higher, but your profit margins may be lower? You just wanna kind of figure this out, because at the end of the day, you have to make money from your business. I mean, you don't have to, but the whole point here is making a profitable online business, so we want to. Step number 4, and this is where it starts to get fun, is you wanna really get clear on the name and the mission and the messaging of your brand and of your products or services. This is really important because you wanna tell a story with the product that you're offering. Your customer is like a character, and they have a problem, and then here comes this guide, which is you or the business owner, who is helping them solve this by giving them a plan, which can be a product or a service. So you're telling this story, and how do you want people to perceive your product when they go to your website, or when they go see your colors and your messaging, and you know, what are you all about, and how are you going to explain that to the customer? Get really clear about, again, the purpose of your business. And if you've taken the steps before and really gotten clear on who your audience is and what your offer is, then step 4 should be pretty easy and fun. Come up with an awesome name that you love, and maybe one that, you know, has some appeal. And that'll lead you to step 5, which is kind of an extension of step 4, which is to create a logo and branding. There are so many websites, you guys, available to create like logos and graphics and stuff for absolute free. If you guys didn't know, I just went through a huge rebrand for my podcast, which was called Self-Made CEO, and now it's called Self-Made Mastery. I have this whole new website. So my graphic designer and I, we just went through and decided, what do we want the logo to look like? What do we want the colors to be? What is the mission of this business though? And by discovering the mission and really what our purpose is, it really led us to create the branding and colors and logos that we loved. If people can really resonate with your messaging and your branding, I think that you will have a lot more success in selling as well, because you want to be authentic and organic and natural. You don't want to be selling something just to make money. You want to actually have a mission that's like going to help the person on the other side. Step number 6 is to create a website and potentially start an email list. So as you guys are drawing customers in, you want to be collecting people's email addresses so that you can start sending them promotional emails and things like that as you go on. Now, don't worry about that too much now. This is just the beginning phase, but it is going to be very important to start building your email list as you move forward so that you can be retargeting those same buyers, etc., etc. When it comes to a website, I want to emphasize that simplicity is key. Again, you want to be so clear on messaging. You don't want to confuse people. That is one of the #1 things that'll turn potential buyers away, is when they get to your website, you want it to be so clear what you're offering, what results it's gonna get them, and where to buy it. You should have like 3 or more like buy now buttons or schedule an appointment or whatever it is. Be very clear on your website. Don't have too much clutter. Don't have too many words. People do not have the attention spans to read through and try to guess what your business is. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but you probably get a bunch of emails, I know I do, that are trying to promote something, but it's all just a bunch of fluffy big words. And at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, that all sounds great, but like, what does your business do? You know? So you want to avoid that. Be as clear and concise as possible with your messaging so that people understand right away what you do and they're ready to whip out their credit cards. And remember, you want to tell a story with it. You want to really explain to them why using your product or good or service is going to get them to that desired situation. Because if you can get them there, they're going to be throwing money at you, I promise. When it comes to building a website, there are several sources that you can use. I personally have my email list on MailChimp, and they actually offer with your subscription, they offer a free website. So I have my website on MailChimp. There are several other ways to do this and lots of resources online to learn really how to like build out your website. I'm not gonna go too much into detail there because that's a whole nother topic, and we're just kind of going over all of the basic steps, but you are gonna want a website. Don't worry too much about it being like super fancy and super legit. You just, again, want that clear messaging, and that's all that matters. Step number 7 is to develop a marketing plan. So a marketing plan is what's gonna take your business from no customers to customers. So we have both organic marketing and you have paid marketing. Organic marketing is anything that is free. So social media pages, like posting on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, any of those things, reaching out to potential clients that you know. So friends, family, anyone that you think would benefit from this product who's already in your circle or in your network, reaching out to them cold, like through email or phone. Those are organic marketing methods. And then you have paid marketing methods. So as we discussed earlier, Google Ads has smart campaigns, which makes it really easy to put money behind getting your business and your message out to more customers. And I find this so important because I think advertising can just be so intimidating, and a lot of times people feel like they're paying a lot of money and not getting the results. And I just want to break down that stigma right now. You don't have to pay a ton of money to get more eyeballs on your product. You can get more customers' eyeballs on your website or service or product no matter what your budget is. So again, Google Ads Smart Campaigns is super great for this. Very easy, saves a lot of time, and you can monitor your own ad spend there. So we have organic and paid marketing, and it's important to come up with a marketing plan and a way to kind of track what's working and what's not. Step number 8 is to create a content schedule, so a promotional content schedule. This would mean social media content calendar if you're gonna start posting on social media, which I recommend you do. Creating kind of a content calendar, like how regularly are you gonna post, what kinds of things are you gonna post, and where are you gonna post them, and then creating maybe some freebies, like some little PDF downloads or anything free that you can give out as kind of a preview or a taste of what purchasing your product is really like. I think a lot of entrepreneurs get kind of stuck between giving too many freebies away where people don't end up converting to paid customers. But I also still think it's really important to give people that taste and to really show people what your business is about. Because if you can prove that credibility and like really give people something they like, they're going to want to pay for more. So you can kind of upsell. And I don't even like using those terms because they just sound so salesy and businessy. But at the end of the day, that's what it's doing. If you're giving them a little taste and then you're selling something more and they're purchasing it, that is an upsell. So you want to create your promotional content calendar, whether that's just on social media, create your tracking templates, do all of that so that you just feel organized and ready to launch. Step number 9 is to do kind of a beta test group launch. Not every business or, concept is going to need this. This is very good if you're doing something like coaching or consulting, or you're taking people through a course or a program. You're definitely gonna want people to test this out ahead of time. A lot of times you'll run into some kinks or just some things that you need to adjust, and it's better to adjust it with a beta group that maybe either didn't pay for it or just paid a discounted rate. That way they're willing to work with you to kind of perfect it as you go on. A big common thing that happens with entrepreneurs, I think, is that we get stuck on perfection. We don't wanna launch until everything's perfect, and I totally get it because that was me for a long time and it still sometimes is me. But the best way to create iterations of your business and to keep improving is to actually just put it out there and get feedback, versus trying to guess in your own head like what the problems are gonna be and trying to make it perfect ahead of time. It's just never gonna work, and you're always going to have unexpected things come up. So it's best to just do a beta launch. So launch it for a specific group of people where they can give you feedback and you can keep improving it and creating iterations, and then ultimately gear up for your official launch. And that leads me to step 10, which is launching your business. So after you've done all of these steps, you can launch your business. Again, I don't want you to be too intimidated to just go for it. You could even start with a launch and just try to get as much feedback as possible as you go. Like, I just recommend doing these 10 steps first and just putting some thought into it. I do think that ultimately the most successful online businesses did have thought behind them, and you definitely have set aside time to really think about what are you offering, what's your mission. But on the flip side, I don't want you guys to get too hung up on perfection. It should not be perfect. Perfect does not even exist. Put something out there, set a timeline for yourself maybe, so that you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do all these steps, I'm gonna think through all these things, but at the end of the day, by August 1st, my business is out and we're just gonna see what happens. That way you don't let this delay you for like years and years, because I think that has definitely happened to me before, where I've come up with an idea and I've tried to put all the thought into it and it ended up just taking literally years and I just never launched it. So I don't want you guys to do that. I want you guys to get it out there, because now is the time more than ever. People are online making money, people are at home, people are shopping online. It's the best time to do this. And so I hope that with my 10 steps, you guys are able to launch your own very successful online business here in 2020. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know in the comments down below if you already own a business or if you plan to start one in the upcoming months or years, and let me know what that is. I'm so curious, and I wish you all the best of luck. You all can do it. Anything you put your mind to, you can do it, especially in this digital online world from home. It's amazing. So I hope you guys got a lot out of this, and thank you so much for watching. Thanks again, Google Ads, for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.